Okay, good morning. It is May 10th. It's 8:12 a.m. Eastern Standard. So I should have put this video out a day or so ago. We have news coming up, CPI, big news at 8:30. So we're not going to try and make this too long. We're going to try and it's just a quick, potentially something on the volume profile that I've noticed, right? As we came up to the point of control, this is a composite of these, what is it, last 3 weeks or so, right? See the point of control here. What was interesting was the shape of the point of control curve, right, which I noted the other day, which that's pretty cool. So I got it to go back. Did you notice the difference there, right? So what I noticed the other day was point of control was there, and we had, our curve was relatively defined. Like we can see a curve here, right? But what I noticed was how nice this edge was. See how nice this edge is compared to this edge? Now, I'm just putting this in almost as hindsight because I actually noted this, but I mean, at the same time, how the hell do you know that it's gonna, say jump this gap, and we can just get rid of that volume there. How are you to actually know that it's supposed to jump that gap? I don't know that, right? Because I'm not that great with volume profile, but I mean, look at that gap, it jumped. Interesting to say that, but what I'm suggesting is that it didn't like this point of control. Like it was going to rotate this curve, right? We're going to rotate this curve, if you were, right? We're going to rotate the curve. We're going to try and get back down to the bottom. Look at our value zone, right? But why to the downside? Why to the downside? Because this side was so clean. It didn't have a lot of work to do. If it wants to jump this, it's going to jump it, and we're going to start working up in here, right? You know what I mean? And then we're going to start building something and cleaning up the rest of this, which would be on a different composite. But because this was so clean, they said, and we had the rotation, and we had this dirty, they wanted to clean it up. So now I'm just going to get out of the replay mode, right? So it can actually suck us back into it. Now, lo and behold, it did clean it up a bit, I suppose, right? I'm going to get rid of these drawings here because it may throw you off a bit, right? Because of the where they're placed. But if you notice, it totally jumped that gap, right? And now it's filling in the rest of it, which is really quite interesting. So, and I don't know why, but if you pull that over a bit more, yeah, see, well, whatever. It doesn't really matter where we... It does and it doesn't, right? This is a 15-minute chart. This is as far back as I can get it to go to build this composite. But look at how it's rotating the value zone now. Again, we jumped that gap, almost mid-rotation on that small gap there, or that low node, and now we're pushing back. Are we going to want to just play in... Let me just get a... Oh, shoot. Wrong button. Right here. What if we just were to say... Well, there's price now. Well, let's just say we're going to play this zone for today. Maybe even a little lower, right? So maybe we'll get to that. Who knows? Maybe it goes down, up. Maybe it goes up, down. I'm not sure about that. We're going to have to watch price action. But that there is my little take on the morning of May 10th of what to think of that, right? I am going to say like, share, subscribe on this one, because if you don't subscribe, you won't get your or you don't notify or subscribe, you won't get your notification to tell you where to come to get your high fives. So until your next bounce, boys and girls.